If you had been in the audience at a show of stage magic about 70 years ago, this is the kind of magic trick you'd have seen. This is the palanquin illusion, a unique and ornate piece of stage magic made by one of the famous magic companies of the turn of the century. But this is not a turn-of-the-century magic show. You're at a warehouse near Calhoun, Georgia, where magicians Devon Smith and Hugh West are trying out some of the tricks in their priceless collection of antique magic.
I believe this to be the largest private collection of antique magic anywhere around, in the United States, maybe in the world.
For years, Devon Smith and Hugh West have been fascinated by magic. For Hugh, it began when, as a boy, he was called on stage by Birch the magician and asked to help nail a box shut.
He got inside a packing crate after we nailed it on the four sides and the bottom. And then he got inside it, and we nailed the lid on. And before we got off stage, he had escaped out of it. And it fascinated me tremendously.
Now, I love magic. I started doing magic when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I've been doing it for 27 years now. And it's, other than my wife, it's my true love.
Hugh and Devon have been buying collections of magic for several years. Recently, they bought a particularly large number of illusions from the estate of a man who, before his death, was hoping to start a museum. So in the warehouse in Calhoun, you'll find the Vanishing table used by Houdini, Blackstone Sr.'s mummy case, and Germain's Cabinet of Cagliostro. They also have articles handmade by a famous magician named Okito, who dressed as an Oriental on stage.
This is what we in magic call the Chinese checker cabinet. Okito, during his lifetime, built 3 stage-size checker cabinets. In our collection, we have 2 of them. We do not know where the other one is. It may be destroyed, or it could still be in existence somewhere.
In the collection, there are dozens of other mysterious pieces of magic owned by well-known magicians of the past. Most are in working order, like this antique parrot cage.
There are magic illusions and equipment that have been lost to history simply because sometimes they were destroyed, you know, fire, whatever. Sometimes they've just been literally thrown away by people that didn't know what it was.
Eventually, Devon and Hugh hope to open a magic museum where you'll be able to see many of these things disappear mysteriously, like a radio that vanishes.
We're still working, still opening trunks and cases and discovering new stuff, and we're still going through paperwork trying to find out, you know, exactly what belonged to who. We have maybe accomplished 10% of it so far.
Many of the items in the collection have letters with them certifying the history of who owned them. The collection also includes thousands of posters and handbills from famous magicians dating back to the middle of the last century. Since they bought their most recent items, they've been opening trunks to find out exactly what they have. This one contained mementos of a magician named Bill Neff.
Yeah, here's a picture of Bill Neff doing the broom suspension with Gene Autry.
One of the illusions in the collection is the famous one called the bullet catch.
The bullet catch is so dangerous that Houdini refused to do it.
There's been 10 different magicians killed in it. The most famous of the 10 was Chung Ling Soo. There's been others that were not that famous killed in it. And then there's been several injured doing the bullet catch.
Torino shot and killed his own son on stage doing it in England.
Okay, Bob, I'd like for you to reach into the little red box, take out a mini ball.
Well, even so, Hugh agreed to perform the bullet catch for us. It was the first time he'd ever done it. I was told to mark the pistol ball so it could be identified.
Okay, now she will bring it over.
Hugh will be catching the bullet in his mouth. At least that's the impression the trick will give. An onlooker was chosen at random to fire the pistol. Now this is a working muzzle-loading gun. Hugh has told me that if one mistake is made, he could be killed. This is not a trick for amateurs to try.
Just fire when you are ready.
Take a look at that. Well, the ball on the tray was the very same one I had marked.
Besides catching the bullet, I also caught a lot of the paper and the powder.